this problem is first order nonlinear and it is not separable. Okay, the only the hope is like it must be the exact form. In other words, your left-hand side is partial derivative with respect to x form. Okay, so that is my hope. Okay, so what was the first step? Let me say this is my m, and coefficient of y prime is my n, and check your right-hand side is equal to 0, right? Step 1. You have to check my is equal to nx, right? What is my my? Now I believe you are getting used to this one, right? My is y times cosine x, but it's not a product form because cosine x considered as constant, right? So we can say cosine x times y. Cosine x times y prime is cosine x, okay? And what about 2x e to the y prime? It is 2x e to the y. That's it, okay? Again, this is not the product form because x and 2's are all coefficient, okay? That's it. And what about my nx? Sine x prime? Yes, it is cosine x, okay? For this case, since we are working with respect to x, that's why you have to do the the sine x prime, okay? And second one, x squared times e to the y. Keep that in mind. E to the y is your coefficient. Then you have to take your x squared prime. X squared prime is 2x, right? So that will be 2x e to the power y, and minus 1 prime is equal to 0. See? They are equal to each other. Therefore, I can say this is exact differential equation. In other words, your left-hand side will be like partial derivative with respect to x for some function psi. That's it, okay? So now, we will try to find, okay? Find my target function x comma y, okay? But keep that in mind, you can start from m or n, okay? So like since in the previous problem, I was starting from n, this time, let me try to start from m, but keep that in mind. Your m is equal to psi x and n is equal to psi y, okay? So let's start from m, which means we're going to take the integral with respect to x, okay? So my psi x comma y is equal to integral m, this case it must be dx, right? Which is equal to integral, my m is y cosine x plus 2x e to the power y dx, okay? Guys, just deep breathing in and breathe out. Calm down. And just tell you, like, since we are doing integrating with respect to x, your y's are coefficient and constant. Look at first term, y times cosine x, but y is coefficient, so you have to take the integral of cosine only. What is the integral of cosine x? It is sine x, okay? So that is equal to y sine x, right? Second one, e to the y, 2 e to the y is all coefficient. You don't have to worry about it. Just write again, and just you have to take care x, integral x, right? Integral x is 1/2 x squared. Then 1/2 and 2 will be canceled out. Then that is x squared e to the y. And don't forget, we have to add constant, but it's not only constant, but it is function of y. F of y stands for the term includes y and constant as well. Okay, so this is my psi x comma y. Now, how can I find f of y? You have to find f of y, right? So this is time to use the n, because your n is psi y. So whenever you differentiate with respect to y, then it must be equal to n, right? So let's do it. Psi y, which is equal to y times sine x. Keep that in mind. Sine x is your coefficient. So you're going to do like y prime only. Y prime equal to 1, right? So that is sine x term. And second term, x squared is just coefficient, and e to the power y prime is e to the power y. And f of y prime is a prime of y. That's it, right? It must be equal to my n. Look at that. My n is sine x plus x squared e to the y minus 1. Just compare the left and right side, okay? Then both of them has the sine x and x squared times e to the y. then only the missing is -1. So I can say my conclusion is f prime y is equal to -1. Then my f of y is simply -y. And there is constant, but keep that in your mind, okay? We're gonna add that one at the very last step, okay? So, but keep that in mind, this is not your final answer, okay? My final answer was actually constant with this one. That with this y, f of y, we have to update. Then I can say psi x comma y is equal to y sine x plus x squared e to the power y and minus y. But again, this is not the final answer. Your final answer for it must be y sine x plus x squared e to the power y minus y is equal to c with constant, okay? It depends on your initial condition. You can decide your c. This is the final answer.